Good morning to everyone. My name is Amna Nurse of Assistant Professor. Uh, in college. Now, today I explain the topic deflection of precious concrete members. The controlling of deflection for precious concrete members, just like elements, precious recorders, beams, just like uh, mm, fourth BTech second semester, unit 4, precious concrete, lecture 19. I have to discuss the topic now in this class, deflection of precious concrete members. Now, last class I have discussed uh, definition and what are the factors influencing different deflection. I have to explain last class. Now, see importance of control of deflection. The philosophy of design termed limit state approach. Okay, adopted by the Russian code in 1954 and the American and British codes in 1971. Require a proper knowledge of the behavior of the structural concrete members and the multiple knowledge of the behavior of structural concrete members at the multiple limit states. Multiple limit states is nothing but have to maximum load. That means limit. They have to maximum resistance capacity of the particular member or particular element, of which deflection forms an important uh, criterion for the safety of the structure. Very very important criterion in this forms for important term for deflection in precious concrete members, just like beams, girders, elements, structural elements. We have to control the deflection mainly. The failure not occurring for design conditions. It is the general practice according to various national codes that structural concrete members should be designed to have adequate stiffness to limit deflections. Okay, which may adversely affect the strength or serviceability of the structure at working loads. Okay, um, serviceability uh, is very important. I have to reduce the failure. I have to reduce the cracks. Now, suitable control of deflectional is very essential for the following reasons. Excessive sagging of principal structure members is not only unsightly, but at times also renders the floor unsuitable for the indent use. Okay. Sagging, very very important thing for floor. Okay, uh, that means have to some deformation. Sagging means excessive sagging of principal structure members have not only unsightly but at times also renders to the floor unsuitable for the intent use. Okay, now sagging means some deformation. That means some failure. I have to load will be acting continuously, continuous using continuous load acting and acceleration acting. Okay, uh, sagging will be occur. That means failure. Uh, okay, next the second control on deflection. Have to control excessive sagging. First one, second one, large deflections under a dynamic effects and under the influence of variable loads maybe cause discomfort to the users. Okay, that is the main important. Second criteria, you have to control very essential these reasons. Second reason, large deflections on the dynamic effects. Okay, and under the influence of variable loads. Variable loads have acting because discomfort to the users. Okay, access loads under variable loads have to control. That is the second control of deflection. Excessive deflections are likely to cause damage to niches, partitions, and associated structures. Mainly, excess deflection have to guard the structural element, the damage of finishing and partition. Just partitions have damage in this structural elements. Okay, in recent years, damage to partitions and finishes uh, has been the most important consequence of excessive deflections. A field survey conducted by uh, Mayer in Germany, Germany revealed over revealed over 80 examples of damage to partition walls, uh, on which 21 had estimated deflections within the prescribed code limits. The survey also indicated that the maximum limit on deflection should be specified in addition to a limiting deflection span ratio, since it is recognized that as the span increases, the former limitation is likely to control. For a reasonably accurate assessment of deflections, it is very essential to consider the various factors which influence them. Okay, you have to investigate is very important. How to failure got the element, maximum deflection. You have due to some of examples. Have to investigation in Germany. Here you have to investigate 80 examples, 21 examples. You have to span ratio is taken into account. You have to increasing the span. You have to increasing the deflection also. That is the main theme for in this deflection. Okay, accurate assessment of deflection, it is very essential to consider the various factors which influence them. Okay, not only the span, all the various factors also is considered how to deflection will be occurring for the extra loads and insufficient design and insufficient dimensions. Okay, just like we have to influence the deflections, how to control. Mainly, controlling is important. Okay, mainly span we have to increase, reflection also decrease. That is the controlling of deflection. Okay, main theme for this importance of control of deflection. For Mayer in Germany, 80 examples have damaged partition walls, and survey also indicated the maximum limit deflection should be specified in addition to the limiting that the maximum limit on deflection should be specified in addition to limiting deflection span ratio. Very important. The span increases automatically, that likely um, the form limitation is likely to control. Recognize the walls as the span increases. Okay. Uh, Next, you have to factors influencing deflections. Okay, deflection means changing formation. Internally, you have to produce for a structural element, that is a deflection. Okay, you have to acting on the load on particular member. Deflection will be found. For example, taking a beam, like girder, pieces to concrete girder, to acting on the load, sudden loads or sustainable loads, they have to develop a deflection internally. Okay, now we have to study the deflection criteria. Okay, factors. Next topic: factors influencing the deflections. What are the influence factors for? You have to developing the deflection. What are the reasons we have to the deflection of pieces to concrete members are influenced by the following factors, silent factors. First one is imposed load and self weight. Okay, this is the very important. This is also considering for deflection. The deflection will be formed. Next one, magnitude of the precessing force. You have to applying precessing force for two systems. I already explained the system, pre-tensioning system and post-tensioning system. Okay, applying the force, applying the tension, that is the precessing force. This is also influencing for deflection will be formed. Okay, this is the second factor. Another one, third factor, cable profile. Very, very important, cable profile. Okay, you have to cable profile is very, very important. Cable profile means see the diagram. I will see the diagrams. Cable profile. See this diagram. This is the cable profile. This is the cable. This is the center line. Okay, this is the cable profile. Just like cable, this is a precious concrete beam or gutter. Okay, the cable. These are the different cable profiles. Okay, second movement for area of cross section. Have to second movement of area of cross section also is very, very important for deflection will be forming. Okay, cable profile also is very, very important thing for deflection will for influencing. Fifth one, modulus of elasticity of concrete also influence the deflection. You have to characteristic strength. These factors have to influencing the deflection only. Okay, modulus of elasticity of concrete is very important. That means symbol capital E suffix C, that is the modulus of elasticity of concrete, and shrinkage, creep, and relaxation of steel stress. These factors are influencing forming deflection. Okay, uh, seventh one, span of the member. Okay, span, depending upon the span of the beam or span of the girder, you have to influencing the deflection. Okay, next, fixity conditions. Okay, that means you have to maintain fixed values, uh, fixed conditions. You have to follow the instructions. You have to follow the conditions. Okay, these 8 factors for influencing the deflection for precessor concrete. Okay, how to fixity condition. That means no changes. Have to follow the. That means the state of being unchanging or permanent. That is the fixity state condition. Have to permanent. So permanent. Have to take it permanent. Okay. These factors for influencing the deflection. Okay. See in, the next paragraph. In the pre-cracking stage, the whole cross section is effective. Cross section means just like, for example, rectangular pieces of concrete beam, you have to take it. The cross section means to the shape of rectangular shape, and the deflection in this stage are computed by using second moment of area of the gross concrete section. The computation of short term or instantaneous deflections, instantaneous deflections, okay, which occur immediately after transfer of pre-stress and on application of loads is conveniently done by using Morse theorem. How to follow the theorem, Morse theorem, have to control the for deflection. Have to follow the Morse theorem. Okay, short term, long term, two types of deflections are there. Long term and short term. Okay, long term and short term. Okay. Uh, this short term or sudden deflections uh, which occur immediately after transfer of breaches and on application of loads is conveniently done by using Morse theorems. Okay, this is the following for pre-cracking stage. You have to Morse theorem you have to using, but conveniently you have to reduce for deflection. Okay, in the post-cracking, pre-cracking and post, another one in the post-cracking stage. A precious concrete beam behaves in a manner similar to that of a reinforced concrete beam under the computation of deflections in this stage is made by considering moment curvature relationship which involves the section proper of the cracked beam, properties of the cracked beam. Okay, we have to mention properties that means to dimensions. Okay, just like reinforced concrete beam, considering just like reinforced concrete beam, you have to calculate and considering moment you will have taken uh, properties of the cracked beam. You have to involve in this relationship for curvature relationship. That means bending moment. Curvature relationship is nothing but bending moment you have to take in for post cracking stage. Okay. In both cases, pre-cracking and post-cracking, in both cases, the effect of creep and shrinkage of concrete is to increase the long-term deflection. So, in this another point for increasing for deflection conditions, shrinkage and creep in both pre-cracking and post-cracking, and for long-term deflection and sustained loads. Okay. Which is estimated by using empirical methods that involves the use of effective long-term modulus of velocity or multiplying short-term deflection by suitable factors. So you have to the two types of deflections, long-term deflection and the short-term deflection. You have to control and you have taken for suitable factors to controlling for these conditions for influencing the deflection in these factors. You have to maintain two systems, long-term deflection and short-term deflection. Okay. Now another topic, short-term deflections of uncracked members. Okay. Um, just like Morse theorem, theorems, Morse theorems. We will explain short-term deflection. Short-term or instantaneous. Uh, that means fastness. Okay, that means speed. Okay, short term or instantaneous deflections of precious members are governed by the bending moment distribution along the span and the flexural rigidity of the members. Okay, mainly you have to these precious members governed by the bending moment distribution along the span. Okay, that is the main point of considering for deflection. In both precious members or reinforced concrete structures, you have to take in for bending moment. You have to deflection. You have to considering. Okay. Morse moment area theorems are readily applicable for the estimation of deflections due to the precessing force. Okay, the precessing force, self weight and imposed loads, self weight and imposed loads. So you have to consider this as shown in figure 6.1. You have to see the diagram. This is bending moment diagram. This is the shaded area and slope data. Tangent at A and tangent at C. See the cable profile, slope and deflection. You have to slope and deflection. This is the deflection. This simple supported beam. Okay, just like simple supported beam. Have to consider as shown in figure, this figure in which the beam AB is subjected to a bending moment distribution due to the precessing force. Due to the precessing force, applying precessing force after I have to the bending moment and acting a load by dead load and self weight, bending moment will be dropped. Bending moment we have formed in this structural beam. Okay, uh, or self weight or by imposed load, you have to precessing force or self weight or imposed load. These three parameters. So we form deflection. Okay, we form bending moment, particular structural beam. Okay, ACB. See the diagram for ACB. ACB is the center line of the deformed structure. Okay, that is the center line of the deformed structure under the system of given loads. Okay, under the system of given loads. This is the most theorem for slope and deflection of the to check in uh, given the loads for deformation of the structure, bending moment. Okay, now go to this theorem, Morse theorems. Theta equal to A, theta equal to slope of the elastic curve at capital A. Okay, AD, capital AD equal to intercept between the tangent at C and the vertical at A. Okay, small a equal to deflection at the center for symmetrically loaded, simply supported beam. Since the tangent is horizontal for such cases, okay, capital A equal to area of the BMD, that means bending moment diagram between A and C. Okay, A and C, capital A and C, area of A and C, that is arching portion, x equal to distance of the centroid of the bending moment diagram between A and C from the left support. Okay, from the left support. Capital EI equal to flexural rigidity of the beam. Then according to Morse first theorem, slope equal to area of bending moment diagram divided by flexural rigidity. That means theta equal to slope, theta equal to area of bending moment diagram capital A divided by flexural rigidity capital EI. Morse second theorem states that intercept small a have to taken for deflection at the center of for symmetrically loaded, simply supported beam. Small a equal to moment of the area of bending moment diagram divided by flexural rigidity. Moment of the area of bending moment diagram x equal to, that is the distance of the centroid of the bending moment between A and C. Okay, you have to multiply moment of the area into distance, moment of the area of the bending moment diagram A into x. See the diagram for in this system. Uh, this is the x, small x. This is the capital A. Okay, this is the small a. I have to deflection portion small a. This is the capital A. This is the x, small x. Okay, this is the deflection small a. And tangent at A, this is the tangent at A. Okay, capital A, this is the tangent at A. So this is the tangent at C. Okay, I have to write the formula AX divided by EI. Small a equal to uh, AX divided by EI. Okay, the deflection of symmetrically loaded and simply supported beams at the mid-span point are directly obtained from the second moment area theorem. Since the tangent is horizontal at this point, more complicated problems involving unsymmetrically loading may be solved by combining both the moment area theorems. Okay, You have to calculate for symmetrically loaded acting or simply supported beams for midspan point are directly obtained from the second moment area theorem. Okay. Since the tangent is horizontal at this point, this condition you have to follow, the formula you will follow. Okay, more complicated problems involving unsymmetrically loading, that means maybe solved by combining both the movement area theorems. Okay, that is the condition. This is the have to more theorem, have to do deflection investigation for have to take in after applying precessing force after add acting self-weight and imposed load in a beam. The deflection conditions have to calculate the formula for deflection and slope. Okay. Next topic, effect of tendon profile on deflection. Okay, tendon profile is nothing but reinforcement conditions. Okay, in RCC structure, you have to reinforcement profile. In pre-stressed concrete members, you have to take a tendon profile. That means a tension, a tension profile. For deflection, what are the effect of a deflection? Sorry, the effect of tendons profile on deflections. Okay, in most of the cases of pre-stressed beams, tendons are located with eccentricities, okay, towards the soffit of beams to uh, contract the sagging bending moment due to transverse loads. Okay, consequently, the concrete beams deflect upward on the application or transfer of pieces. Since the bending moment at every section is the product of the precessing force and eccentricity, tendon section is the product of the precessing force and eccentricity. The tendon profile itself will be represented the shape of the bending moment diagram. The method of computing deflections of beams with a different cable profile is outlined outlined below. Okay, you have to this condition tendon profile depending upon bending moment diagram. Okay, applying precessing force and applying load. Uh, have to take in bending moment diagram, shape of the bending moment diagram of any particular beam or any type of element, computing deflection of beams with a different cable profile. Okay, different types of cable profile. I have different types of cable profile are there. Not only single profile, different types of profiles for tendon profiles, different types in precious concrete. Okay, tendon profiles are different types for precious concrete members. Okay, see, first one straight tendons. First type straight tendons. Figure as shown figure 6.2. This is the tendon. Okay, this is the tendon. This is the eccentricity. This is center of particular element, particular beam. This is the eccentricity, some eccentricity. This is the cable. Okay, this is the acting P, precessing force, both side opposite direction. This is the bending moment diagram. Okay, this is the bending diagram of P into E. P into precessing force into eccentricity. This is the small a. This is the deflection. Okay, now small a equal to minus P by PEL into L by 4 divided by capital EI equal to minus PL square by 8 EI. This is the camber of beam with straight tendons. That means straight reinforcement, straight wires, okay, straight cables, or straight tendons. See the diagram for straight tendons, the diagram for precessor concrete member, precessor concrete beam. I have to acting straight tendon. Okay, straight tendon condition, straight tendon profile. Okay, acting precessing force and acting some eccentricity. The cable will be acting small e, and bending moment diagram and deflection diagram small a. You have to calculate deflection, precessing force into eccentricity into length of the beam into L by 4 divided by capital E, flexure strength, that equal to finally got the negative value minus PL EL square by 8 EI. Okay, this is the straight tendon profile to calculating the deflection formula small a equal to minus PEL square by 8 EI. Okay, different tendon profiles in precess concrete beams or precess concrete gutters. We have to calculate the deflection part for a different type of tendon profile or a cable profile. Okay. Now, second one have to see different types of trapezoidal tendons and a parabolic tendons. And a parabolic tendons, two types are parabolic tendons, central anchors. This is eccentric anchors. And see next one, sloping tendons, eccentric anchors, parabolic and straight tendons, both condition. Parabolic and straight tendons, eccentric anchors, both conditions. These are the types of tendon profiles. Okay, already explained now straight tendon as shown figure 6.2, camber of beam with a straight tendon. So deflection formula small e equal to minus P L square by 8 EL. Okay, another one trapezoidal tendons. A draft tendon with a trapezoidal profile is shown in figure 6.3. Considering the bending moment diagram, the deflection at the center of the beam is obtained by taking the moment of area of the bending moment diagram over one half of the span. One half of the span you have to take in. See the trapezoidal shape of a bending moment diagram for cable profile. Trapezoidal cable profile. See the diagram 6.3. Second diagram. This is the diagram for trapezoidal tendon. This is the cable profile. This is the trapezoidal shape. Okay. This is the bending moment diagram. This is the deflection diagram. I have to calculate for small a. P. This is eccentricity. This is centroidal distance. Center line for pieces of concrete beam. This is some eccentricity acting for cable at tendon. Some eccentricity. This is the length of this span of the beam, capital L. I have taken some change for a trapezoidal shape L1 and L2. Center this centers L1 L2. I have to write the formula small a equal to P by capital EI into L2 L1 plus L2 by 2. Half of the distance I have to consider. Okay, you have to 1/2 we have to take in divided by 2 plus L1 by 2 into 2 by third L1 equal to minus P by 6EI into 2 L1 square plus 6 L1 L2 plus 3 L2 square. This is the formula for trapezoidal tendon. I have to calculate the deflection formula. P means precessing force, E means eccentricity, EA equal to flexure strength. Okay, L1 and L2 length of this considering for slope condition. Okay, this is the formula to calculating the deflection for trapezoidal tendon profile. Okay, another one, parabolic tendons. Okay, parabolic tendons, central anchors, parabolic tendons, and the parabolic tendons, eccentric anchors. See the diagram 6.4 and 6.5 diagram. See 6.4 now diagram. See the parabolic bending moment diagram. See the distance for bending moment diagram. Parabolic tendons, so central anchors, that means center have to take in. Precessing force will be acting. Parabolic type of tendons and central anchors and eccentric anchors. See the diagram, eccentric anchors, E1, comma E2. Okay, see the diagram, bending moment diagram and deflection diagram for eccentric anchors, parabolic tendons, eccentric anchors. Okay, see the eccentricities have to follow the 6.5 diagram, parabolic tendons, eccentric anchors. This is eccentricity 1, 2 and eccentricity 1. This is the E1, this is the E2. This is the profile, cable profile, some eccentricity upward, this is the downward. Okay, now taken into E1, E2, upward and downward eccentricities, the bending moment diagram minus P E1, E2. Bending moment diagram, this is the deflection, this is the deflection diagram, parabolic. Have to taken into this equation 6.4, sorry, 6.5 diagram, parabolic tendons and eccentric anchors for 6.5 shows. Now I will explain for parabolic tendons central anchors. Okay, parabolic tendons central anchors. Now we will explain S1 figure 6.4. Have to deflection formula I have to derive of a beam with a parabolic tendon 6.4 having a eccentricity small e at the center and 0 at the supports is given by small e equal to minus P by E 2 by 3 into L by 2 into 5 by 8 into L by 2. That equal finally got the minus of 5 P L square by 48 EI. This is the deflection. See the diagram for 5 by 8 into L by 2 P parabolic some eccentricity have bending moment diagram and deflection. Both have to multiplying deflection and bending moment have to P by E, EI 2 by 3 into L by 2. Okay. And 5 by 8 into L by 2, comma L by 2. Finally, got the values for 5 PE L square by 48 EI. That is the formula for central across parabolic tendons, central anchors. Another one, parabolic, same parabolic tendon, eccentric anchors. As shown, figure 6.5 shows the beam with a parabolic tendon having an eccentricity E1 at the center of span and E2 at the support section, center and support section, two eccentricities E1 and E2. The resultant deflection at the center is obtained as the sum of the upward deflection of beam with a parabolic tendon of eccentricity E1 plus E2 at the center and 0 at the supports. Okay, 0 at the supports. Okay, and the downward deflection of beam is subjected to uniform sagging bending moment instant E2 throughout the length. Consequently, the resultant deflection becomes. See the diagram for 6.5. See the diagram for deflection, parabolic tendon for eccentric anchors. Small a equal to minus 5 by 48 PL by PL square by E1. EI E1 plus E2 plus P square L square by 8 EI. We have to finally formula A equal to PL square by 48 EI minus 5 E1 plus E2. This is the derivation part for parabolic tendons. We have to deflection formula small a equal to PL square by 48 EI minus 5 E1 plus E2. Okay, this is the formula for parabolic tendon eccentric anchors. Two eccentricities, upward and downward eccentricity, E1 and E2. And the cable profile is parabolic eccentric anchors. And another one is parabolic tendons for center anchors. Okay, this deflection formulas we have to derive. Conditions, you have to calculate the deflection for different tendon profiles or different cable profiles. Okay, next another profile, sloping tendons, eccentric anchors. Okay, this type of tendon profile I will explain next class. Okay, have another one, two, three, three profiles remaining for sloping tendons and parabolic and straight tendons, parabolic and straight tendons, uh, eccentric anchors. These three types of deflection formulas have to derive. Next class I will explain on the deflection due to self-weight and imposed loads. I have to formula deriving at the time of deflection. So live load and dead load have to deflection, some deflection acting, the formula will be derived, and I have to example problems are explained next class. Okay, next I will explain long-term deflection and short-term deflection derivation parts and example problems. This topic will be completed now. Unit 4 will be completed. Okay, you have we have learned more examples. We have learned more derivation parts, and I remember every derivation and every formula. You have to calculating the problems, more practice previous question papers also. Okay. Next class, I will explain the remaining three profiles of deflection formulas. Okay, these are the cable profiles for pressure concrete beams. Okay, or pressure concrete gutters. These are the derivation part. Mainly, you have to first you have to draw bending moment diagram and derive the formula for deflection. Mainly the governed main point for bending moment. Otherwise, next you have to calculate deflection. Okay, these are the different types of tendon profile. Now we'll explain today class. Okay, and what are the deflection conditions and what are the influence of factors of deflection. Okay, and the importance of deflection, control of deflection. Okay, mainly to control deflection. Otherwise, the structure will form failure. Have to form cracks and suddenly failure. Okay, thank you this opportunity.